dropping off our bendy pot parts at the anodizer. Hopefully they're gonna be done by Friday, if not Monday. And so then early next week I'll be able to assemble a few units, take some with me to New York next week, and then I can show you guys what they're gonna look like, and you know, how they work and stuff, and maybe put them in the hands of a few people that I might meet up in New York. Did you guys know that 20 years ago today, a movie called Swingers came out?
I'm Mike.
Hi.
Feelings, hey, it's on. Look, it's on.
I left someone really special behind.
Tell me about it.
You too?
Oh, yeah. God bless that kid. That's great, man.
You might or might not be familiar with that film, but I want to talk about it today because that film in particular made a huge impact on me. It is one of the reasons that I decided I wanted to make video. You see, the story goes that Favreau was a struggling actor in LA area, and he got together with his friends, was able to get, like, through favors and, you know, through personal savings, kind of get everything together to be able to shoot this movie. The story became legend, and it goes that he never got any permits to shoot this stuff. He got all of the people and the crew to kind of like just help out as favors and stuff. There was one crazy scene in particular when they were in Vegas, when they were shooting the scene in the casino, where just outside of the camera there is a security officer telling them that they have to leave because they didn't get permission. It was just kind of like guerrilla style shooting this movie. So that whole thing and how this movie came about and how he was able to do this basically on just a tiny budget was the things that kept people like me sort of dreaming. Oh, if this guy can do it, then that means I can make a movie. And so that's one of the reasons why I set out to make a movie with my friends. Now, we essentially failed at making a movie, and then I would end up, working as a carpenter for the 12 years after that, right? But that didn't stop me from dreaming. In fact, the first thing I did as soon as I started working was to get a video camera, and I would carry that in my lunchbox for the next 10 years, and I used to take video of all the stuff and try to mimic what I would see in the movies and stuff. And so that is really what shaped that. You know, I never reached my dream of making a movie, and in fact the thing that has happened is that my dreams have shifted. I no longer want to make a movie. I don't believe that to be the thing that matters anymore, you know. Instead of doing that, 2 years ago I decided that the thing that is valuable is really just telling stories, and you can do that in little movies. And so that's what I've been doing for 2 years. Now the crazy thing is that movie was released 20 years ago, and it would be another 10 years before the website YouTube would come around. I joined YouTube just a little bit over 10 years ago, and last week was the 10th year anniversary of my very first video on YouTube. I meant to talk about it, but I just didn't have the time. It's been 10 years since my first video, and so it took an extra 8 years for me to really move things around in my life where I can actually dedicate enough time to making videos. I don't know whether you think I'm good or not, it doesn't really matter. I'm super interested in doing it. It makes me happy. It's not as lucrative as some of the other jobs that I have, but it is more rewarding for me, and that's the reason why 2 years ago I decided to shift into it. So one thing that is trending right now on YouTube is YouTube money. How much money do you make? And I know there are some YouTubers that are making millions of dollars. For me, it's barely making my bills. And I live a pretty modest life. I don't have a lot of bills, and I do live in a part of the world that is really expensive. I think that I have what it takes to get this thing to a point where it actually I might, you know, make a little bit of profit here and there. Maybe I will be able to have some disposable income, where then I can spend that into like painting the Samba and all this stuff. That's another question that comes up. But for the time being, I have you guys to thank for that. Like all the money that I make, all the time that I'm able to spend making videos, it's all thanks to you guys, to your views, to your likes, and to all the support that you guys give me through all the other ventures that I do, whether it be the Bendy Pod or Jack 35 products, clicking on the links to all the other affiliate things that I have on there and stuff. So I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for, you know, joining me and letting me do this thing that I enjoy doing. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Thursday morning. Today is the day that we power up this guy for the first time.
That is so smooth. They come in on gas, they leave on electrons. Jeez, come on.
Or something?
Yeah.
5%.
We're in low right now.
Yeah.
It applies maximum brake regions. Should we do its first burnout?
Let's see.